Hi my English lovers, welcome back to my YouTube channel CCTV Go Up and Never Stop. This time I will discuss about tenses. As we know that there are 16 tenses you have to know when you learn about English. Wow, 16 tenses. Why so many? Really? Yeah, that's a lot. Even so, tenses are one of the basic grammars in English which is often used when we speak. As we already know, these tenses are changed in the form of the verb to express an action that is influenced by time and basic sentence formation in English that pays attention to the occurrence and time of something happening. Well, as the keywords, the event and the time of occurrence. In contrast to Indonesian, in English, we can tell when something happened from the form of the sentence. And this is very important to pay attention when we are communicating. For example, she is so good and she was so good have different meanings. However, there are so many, it is not uncommon for people to think that tenses are English material that is quite difficult to apply. Usually, this is because someone is to focus on memorizing the formula of making sentence in each type of tense. In fact, to understand the formula, you can learn from the main characteristic of each tense, such as when they can be used. To express events, tenses have 4 types whose names must be familiar to your ears. There are simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Take a look at the explanation below. Simple is used to explain fact, general truth, or habits. Continuous is used to describe things that are in progress. Perfect is used to describe things that have already been completed. Perfect continuous is used to describe things that have been completed but are still in progress. Well, it's the same to explain time tenses. Also have 4 types, namely present, past, future, and past future. Well, this video will thoroughly explore the main characteristic of the 60 tenses in English and will focus on first tense, namely the simple present tense. Of course, each tense is accompanied by examples that can be help you master it. Curious? Let's discuss one by one, complete with the formulas and the example. Simple present tense is a tense that is used to state fact. For example, Jokowi is the 7th president of the Republic of Indonesia, or Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. To state habitual action, for example, I go to school every day, or I always speak English. To state general truth, for example, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, or fish lives in the water. Or present, events that are happening now. The verb used in this tense is the first form of the verb, or verb 1. The present tense is divided into 2 sentence patterns, namely verbal simple present and nominal simple present tense. Verbal simple present tense use a verb that shows an action, while the nominal simple present uses the verb be, or commonly called to be. But before we discuss the formula and examples, there are very important things you must know in making the sentences of simple present tense. There are adverb of time or adverb of frequency, are commonly used as follows: always, often, frequently, usually, normally, sometimes, occasionally, rarely, never, every day, every week, in the morning, every month, every year, every 7 o'clock, once or twice a day, now, etc. Let's go back to the simple present tense. I said earlier that the simple present tense is divided into 2 sentence patterns, namely verbal simple present and nominal simple present tense. Verbal simple present tense use a verb that shows an action, while the nominal simple present tense use the verb be, or commonly called to be. The first, verbal simple present, Formula: subject I, you, we, they plus verb 1 plus object or complement. For example, I go to school every day. I as a subject, go as a verb 1, and school as an object, and every day as a adverb of frequency or as complement. Another example, I cook the rice 3 times a day. I live in Jakarta, you speak English, we work in the garden. They play football happily. But once that have to understand, if the subject in the sentence is the third person singular, she, he, it, then there is a change in the verb by adding s or es. So how to know the addition of this s or s suffix? Pay attention to the explanation below. Generally, the root form of the verb is added as. Example: read, reads, sit, sits, stand, stands, run, runs, rise, rises. The second, verbs ending in o, ch, sh, ss, x, or z, add s. Example: do, does, kiss, kisses, watch, watches, fix, fixes, was, washes. The third is verb ending in y. The letter y is replaced by an I and then added es. Example: study, studies, try, tries, fry, fries, cry, cries, worry, worries. The fourth is some words that end in y, only add s. Example: say, says, play, plays, buy, buys, enjoy, enjoys. So the formula: subject she, he, it plus verb 1 plus s or es plus object or complement. For example, he goes to school every day. She lives in Jakarta. Dian speaks English. My father works in the garden. He plays table tennis happily. The second, nominal simple present tense. Nominal simple present using the verb be or commonly called to be. Formula: subject I, you, she, he, it, we, they plus to be present am, is, are plus object or complement. It can be noun, adjective, or adverb. For example, I'm a student. I as subject, am is to be, and student as an object. You are sick. She is beautiful. He is in a room. It is a dog. We are at the beach. They are very polite. That's the explanation of the simple present tense material in this video. Stay tuned for the next video about how to change positive simple present tense sentences into negative sentences and interrogative sentences. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and please leave suggestion or question in the comments column. Hopefully it's usable material for you. Salam satu channel. See you.